No one wants to be the first boot. To be the first one to go home on Total Drama is just embarrassing. All you will be known as will be as the loser of the season. You become forgotten and no one will care about you. Who deserved to get booted first and who didn't? Hello everyone and welcome to another video. And today we will do a simple ranking video. This time we will rank the first eliminations of each season of Total Drama. And yes, I will also include Redonkulous Race because why not? So this is an interesting ranking, because I won't rank them from worst to best elimination. I'm kinda gonna do the opposite with ranking them from best to worst. And if you don't understand, basically here is how it's gonna work. For example, at the bottom of the list are those who I think deserved to be the first eliminated, and it made sense for them to be eliminated early. Basically, they are the perfect first boot of the season. Then the higher up we go up on the list are basically contestants I do not think should have been the first boot. They deserved a better placing, redemption, justice, and storyline, or had so much more potential in them. I know it's a little bit confusing, but I think you will get the hang of it. So let's start. Okay, so on the bottom of the list and the best first boot on the list are Bridgette and Geoff in Total Drama Action. And I think we all can agree on this. Their whole storyline in the set was that they kissed the entire time. I got tired of it. The contestants were probably annoyed by them, and I think you watching got tired of them as well. And just for that, it was good that we got rid of them early, and them going home together is another plus. On another hand, they became the host of the Total Drama Aftermath show, so once again, it made sense that they had to get eliminated early so they could host the show. As you see, their elimination had a purpose for them, and I think out of the non-competitors plus them, Bridgette and Geoff were the best options. However, I do want to say that they didn't need to compete in Action in the first place, they could just be the host directly. So they kinda robbed two spots to be honest, but who cares? Anyways, they are the perfect first boots as you can see as they deserved it, it made sense, and it had a purpose. Ezekiel is next, and him being the first official Total Drama elimination defines his character. He is mostly known as the guy who got eliminated first. Him being eliminated first plays a huge role in his future unfortunate development he is gonna have. Ezekiel was cast as the outcast who is an outsider and a weirdo, and usually, those are the ones who go home early, because they are very hard to relate to, which we could see with his sexist comments that got him eliminated. I'm glad he was eliminated and that they didn't reward him after saying those things. In 2024 terms, he basically got cancelled. If I had to choose between him or Courtney, I would totally pick to eliminate him as Courtney has much more story that continues in future seasons. In the end, this is a good elimination. That made sense and I have no problem with it. And since it is the first one ever, it is gonna be high on the list. Next, we have Caleb in the first season of the reboot. And let's just say he offered nothing in that first episode, so it was okay that he went home first. Did it make sense though? Well, kinda, I guess. Throughout the episode, he does nothing, so he is not in danger and you wouldn't think he would get eliminated. But then he got eliminated and it was because of Bowie, which was revealed after his elimination. I don't like how he got eliminated, it just felt like it came out of nowhere. But I'm not sad it was him. However, similar to Ezekiel, him being the first one eliminated kinda plays a big role in how he plays in the next season. This time in season 2, he wants to work with Priya as she won last season. This leads to him and Priya becoming Prileb, and he gets a lot of screen time and kinda becomes a main character, the opposite of him in season 1. Was that good? Don't ask me. But as you can see, it was fine for him to go home first in season 1 since he would kinda get a redemption arc in season 2 in terms of screen time and placement. Was the final 3 really necessary though? I don't think so. As you guys probably know, I am biased when it comes to Lindsay, so of course I would want her to go as far as possible. But this was Total Drama All-Stars, which is known for derailing a lot of characters, so I'm kinda glad that Lindsay got eliminated before her derailment, even if they made her incredibly stupid in episode 1. This season was basically Total Drama Mal. Everything was about Mal, and I'm kinda glad Lindsay wasn't involved in it. They probably had to eliminate Lindsay and Lightning early so they could have some smart people who could figure out the Mal stuff. I don't even think Lindsay would get the concept of Mal and Mike's personalities. In one way, I am kinda sad that she was the first elimination, but if she had to be the first boot in a season, I'm glad it was in All-Stars, so I am not so sad about it. Also, she voted on herself, even she knew what a train wreck All-Stars would be. So in the end, this was a decent first boot. Now the rest of the list is probably controversial since it's filled with unpopular contestants. So next we have the LARPers, Leonard and Tammy, who were eliminated first in Redonkulous Race. First of all, I love Tammy's design. Now why did we have this amazing look and waste it on 2 episodes only? But I get it. They were made to be eliminated early. No one likes Leonard, and they offered nothing but weirdness, but I saw potential in them. I believed in Tammy and Leonard, I guess. Instead of the lava rock curse on the ice dancers, we could have Tammy getting angry at Josie and cursing her instead. Honestly, there is not much you can do with them unless you want to bring their magic into real life. But since it's a cartoon, the writers are selective when it comes to it, and it only works if it benefits the fan favorite. I honestly think they could give Leonard at least some redemption, as he flopped in Pakitu Island. They could give him something, anything. What did he get? The first elimination. It should have been the tennis players. If someone is gonna suck it, is them. Hashtag justice for Tammy and Leonard. Mostly Tammy, though. Now, Staci is probably the most annoying person out there, and I think we all agree, even though I still like her. The thing about the Revenge cast is that I like everyone that went pre-merge, and out of them, I do think Staci or Dakota were the best option for the first boot. Both were annoying, so it was good to get rid of either of them early. But the thing is, I do not like the extra steps we went with her elimination. Like, I get she was annoying, but why was there a need to make her bald? Just to showcase the effect of the toxic marshmallow. The thing is, almost no one else after that got hit by the marshmallow, and for those who did, they didn't get bald. Like, Sam got hit by it on his head, and he still has hair. Scott, I guess the bandage saved him. Then Dakota also got bald later this season. Why did Staci need to get bald too if Dakota was gonna be it? Anyway, I don't like that she got bald. It was just unnecessary and cruel. Sorry for my Staci stan card showing. Next, we have an underrated character in my opinion, and that is Beardo. I actually like his sound effect personality, and that makes him unique and fun, and I wish he stayed longer. I like him, and I liked Bee from Revenge of the Island. Maybe it's something with me and the nonverbal, but I really like them. Beardo was just chilling during his time on the island, and I think his sound effects could actually be useful. The way he was able to fool everyone, including Chris, could make him useful, for example, against Sean or Jasmine, who are the outdoors people. Like, imagine if he beatboxed with Ella and made her a rapper, or Scarlett used him to distract Chris so she could get access to the island. The potential was there, but not used, sadly. The other reason I do think he needed some kind of justice is that he only physically appears in one episode. Meanwhile, everyone else who usually gets eliminated first returns in the final episode, which Beardo didn't. As of now, he is the only contestant who appears in one single episode. That's why I think Leonard should have been the first boot of Pakitu Island, because he later participated in the Redonkulous race. Now it's the top two, and I think most of us have the same top two, but maybe just in different orders. So I decided to put Scary Girl's elimination in the second season as the second worst first elimination. Mostly because I think there was so much potential with Scary Girl this season, especially with her normal girl act, that she did not even get to embrace. First of all, her elimination sucked. Her elimination was Chef's fault. Like, why did he even mention her name as one on the chopping block? She wasn't even the worst one in the challenge, so why say her name? The writers just did a Hail Mary at the end to get a reason to get her eliminated. I saw so much potential in this normal girl act. She would start pretty normal in the beginning, then slowly for each episode become more and more creepy, and then she became Scary Girl again. They could do that, and she could still be an early boot. That plot also works in just an episode. In the end, I do think that Normal Girl was such a wasted potential. I am so disappointed that this was the first elimination of the season and how it went. And then finally, we have Ezekiel and World Tour. Some people count Duncan as the first elimination, which he technically is, but I count it as Ezekiel. And let me just say that Ezekiel going out first in the World Tour is the worst thing they could do, especially with how his character progresses. Similar to Caleb, he came back and wanted some revenge after he was the first eliminated in the previous season. But the way Ezekiel was treated by the others, especially Chris, was not it. Like, he was determined to play better, but right off the bat, he was treated like trash. But in the end, his elimination made sense. He made a crucial mistake with the stick and had the potential to stay another episode. It's mostly the treatment after he gets eliminated that bothers me. Like, why did the writers have to make him go the gremlin route? Like, was that necessary? For me, that was just weird to me. In a sense, it is justice because he gets his own storyline and more appearances, but in terms of character development, why take this path? It's similar to Dakota with her mutation. I do not like it when they change someone, and it has a permanent effect on them that is irreversible. Then Chris fools him by almost bringing him back. Twice, once in World Tour, and in All-Stars, just to boot him directly. Like, why give him false hope? At the end of a bonus clip, he does get a happy ending, so I guess that's good for him. I just wish his path to it was different. So that was my ranking of all the first boots in Total Drama. In conclusion, most of these are kinda deserved, and I agree with most of them. There are just some I think could be different, like Scary Girl and Ezekiel in World Tour. Do you agree with my list or not? Comment down below and stay tuned for my next video, which will be about how I would change Nichelle's elimination in the second season of the reboot. With that said, be sure to subscribe, like, and join my Patreon, and we will see each other later. Bye.